getting them into your store and then you're giving them a coupon. It's the greatest.
That's some marketing
Yeah,
shit.
that is the greatest business decision of the millennium, I think, dude. All right, everybody, welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and the Switch. My name is Brent, aka Blue Wop. I'm here with my man's Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
I need to make you a believer of Idaho potatoes. I don't know. It's at the store, and I'm just shopping around. I'm hungry, and I said, "Oh, I made with Idaho potatoes," and I was like, "What the fuck? What does that even mean?" So, I have an air fryer and all, and yeah, cook that stuff up, and holy crap, I think it's my favorite tater tots of all time. So definitely recommend you trying that out. I can show you the brand too. Maybe one day I'll just cook some crispy chicken strips, get some, I don't know, some Popeye bread or something like that, and you can have some tater tots.
So what do you have to compare this to? Like, what other tater tot brands have you had?
I can't really. I don't have comparison. It's weird. It's like, like you eat tater tots throughout your life, and of course they're good and all, but have you ever remembered any of the brands or anything like that like impacted you? So that's what I'm basing off of, is emotion right now. So remember how we were talking about memory evolves emotion, and you said that like if you are emotional, you will remember it, and that stuck with me. So I was like, okay, so this is sticking with me right now.
Because it touched your soul and your emotions.
It touched my soul, exactly. Maybe for like a party or something, I'll like cook up like a billion tater tots in an air fryer, and I'll bring my little stand or something like that.
I think the only time I ever really remember tater tots is because of the toppings that are on it, not
exactly,
the tater
like
tots
cheese,
themselves.
Bacon,
Yeah, exactly. So maybe I have a point there. That's interesting though, because you never really remember the tater tots you eat, only the good ones. And I don't think there's any that are memorable for me. For me, tater tots are just what's the word I'm looking for? Replaceable. Where it's like I could have it anywhere and I know what I'm expecting. I'm not looking to order tater tots and get my mind blown, right?
Exactly.
But you're telling me if I trust you with your air fryer and these Idaho tater tots that I'm gonna remember them.
Yeah, at least you're gonna say, "Oh man, I gotta move to Idaho" or something like that. And then I'll be like, "Okay, yeah, I totally believe you." And yeah, so one of these days I'm gonna have to bring the tater tots to you guys.
Okay, fair enough. Now the thing is too, is it your air fryer that's doing it, or is it just the tater tots that are
I think that is like most of it too, because air fryers like make it crispy and juicy, and anything fried and juicy and all that stuff is always going to be good. So that's why I even had leftover like salt and pepper chicken wings. That was already good enough, but throw that in an air fryer, and it's kind of like the same as when you got it served. So I'm a air fryer believer now.
The evolution, man. The evolution from pizza cooker to air fryer has just been an amazing ride, man. I'm glad I was able to, hear about it. Your whole experience in that adventure, man.
Yep.
So do you still have the pizza cooker, or is that hidden away now that you don't need it no more?
Oh, no, I still need it to cook my pizzas and
okay.
other stuff that I don't want to put in the air fryer. Well, I've been putting literally everything in the air fryer, but the pizza cooker, I can't fit my pizza in there. So, yeah, pizza cooker has to be useful for making its pizza.
You could just have like a pizza bowl, you know what I mean? Just throw your pizza in there, but it's like folded up. Just fit in your air fryer, dude. That'd be kind of funny.
Dude, yeah, thank you. I'm actually going to try that. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind like a crispy pizza. Oh, damn. I do also recommend trying pizza in a barbecue grill,
Oh, yeah.
I think you talked
about this before.
Yeah, that was like when I had a blackout or we all had a blackout for that couple hours, and we couldn't cook dinner or anything. So my dad said, "Go ahead and put it in the grill." And I was like, "What? That's crazy." And so I put it in the grill, and goddamn, it changes the whole flavor of a pizza. It's like smoky, has that barbecue, like taste to it, and it's crispy and cheesy at the same time. I was like, man, yeah, thank you. Oh, and now we have to get those burgers too. Remember those jalapeno burgers?
Oh yeah, what were those called, man? Oh, dude, it has a name. Is it just Buds?
Remember the box looking. I don't know.
It's like Buds or Bobby's or something.
Yeah, I remember that one time we had a party and we cooked like a lot, and then I think we didn't even get any burgers or something like that.
Yeah. Everyone else just tore them up, dude.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, I should have brought like 5 boxes.
Dude, I don't remember. They're called like Buds or Bobs or something. But yeah, those are actually super bomb.
Yeah.
Damn, I miss those. Because they're bigger patties, Usually you get the patties and it's like a 100 pack and they're all paper thin and just a little bit of meat. But they're packed, like you said. I think the original one has garlic in it and onions.
Yep.
And then there's the jalapeno ones. Oh, dude, next time I go shopping, I might have to buy those.
Yep. I think they went up in price though, because people like been buying it a lot. So.
Oh, God damn it, dude.
Yep.
That's what we get for making things popular, man. Speaking of popular, you finally had a Popeye's chicken sandwich, dude.
Yes, and I'm a believer of that sandwich. Like I really like that sandwich. I think it will be pretty good when it's fresh and everything like that. The wait that we went, it was like a 40-minute wait, so it wasn't too bad. But you're saying that there's no line right now for that chicken sandwich?
Yeah, I was surprised. I actually just went this past week on my way home. I forgot why I was in, because traffic is super bad on Mira Mesa around that time. So I don't know why I was in. I think I had to stop by Seafood City or something. I figured on my way home, I was like, all right, if the line isn't curling around and headed out to the exit, then I might go, to Popeyes. Roll up past the McDonald's over to Popeyes. And yeah, there was space enough to where I could actually pull in and be inside the drive-thru. So wow. I was like, oh, you can't beat this with a stick. And I was there in and out in like 15 minutes, dude. It was great.
Dude, man, they're going to take all of my money because now I'm going to like stop by every day until I get tired of chicken. I think one time like I was like craving it. I never tasted it. This was before I tasted it. And I was craving it so bad. So I was buying like literally every kind of chicken sandwich all over. I was even making my own chicken sandwich. I was like, damn, I really wanted to taste it, to see what the hype is. And then when I tasted it, I was like, God, yeah, these are pretty good, but if the weight is pretty much down, yeah, take my money.
Yeah. No, it's not that bad at all anymore. And I don't know. I think last time I didn't really praise it as much as I could have just because I didn't want to overhype it for you, man. But that is a perfect sandwich, dude. Everything kind of just complements each other.
Yeah, especially like the pickles and the bread. And the thing is too, when I opened it, I was expecting like a soggy bun and whatnot. And
oh no,
holy crap, it was like one of those commercial sandwiches. And I was like, all right. And here's the thing too, I had a stomach ache when I was eating this thing. So like, I think I ate something pretty bad in the morning. But the thing is, even though I had a really bad stomach ache, I was enjoying my sandwich a lot. I was like, if I have to, I'll poop this car if I have to.
That's the thing about it too, is like, I don't know. There can be times where you go to Chick-fil-A, right? And you get a chicken sandwich there, and then you take a bite, and maybe you get like just fried batter. Or you get like a really fatty piece or like skin or something, but it's fried. So it's like, oh, okay, this is still good. But with the Popeye's chicken sandwich, I feel like every bite you have is just white meat. It's kind of perfect, man. And then the breading is on point. You haven't had the spicy yet, so definitely get the spicy, dude.
Yeah, that can only be on the weekend though, because I already know it's gonna come out spicy.
Chill out next to a comfy commode for the rest of the day, man.
Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll be like on my off day during the week, and I'll just roll by and get a spicy chicken sandwich that day.
Yeah, and then they don't overdo the mayonnaise at all, because I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise, but they don't overdo it to where it's like spilling out of the sandwich whenever you bite it. Perfect pickle, and yeah, the bread, dude, is soft but crispy kind of at the same time, because I feel like they put it on the grill for a little bit.
Do you like the sweet mayo though from Japan?
Yes, that you eat with like the fried chicken and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty decent. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
But I only dip like a little bit. I just put the little corner piece of the chicken in it just to get that
just the taste of it.
Yeah, just to get that complimenting taste. I'm not really all about that oily texture, dude.
I see. So yeah, I do that with like hot sauce. Like I just put a dab over my thing, just to get the taste.
Just to get the taste, not to get the full experience.
Exactly.
That's funny, man. But yeah, a lot to talk about video games this week. Oh no, not really too much to talk about, but whatever, dude. Got nothing else to do. Let's start with the Sony State of Play, man. Finally, a good one came this week. We've had like a run of maybe 2 or 3 where they didn't show jack crap, really. But this one was 20 minutes long, and they had some pretty good trailers in it. What was your highlight of the State of Play?
I don't even remember the State of Play right now. What were some of the games that came out on the PlayStation? Because I think I was actually watching the Nintendo indie game one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could tell me about that after. But in this one, they had Resident Evil 3 Remake was the big one.
There you go. That was the thing. Okay,
yeah.
now it's coming back to me.
They showed
a little bit of Sekiro.
Yeah. You mean Ghost of
Tsushima?
I mean,
Ghost of Tsushima. Damn, man. See, this is what happens.
And that kind of pissed me off too, man. It's like they showed 2 seconds of the Ghost of Tsushima trailer, and they ended it, and they were like, all right, guys, tune in tomorrow to the Game Awards to see the full trailer. I was like, man. At the time, it's like you're mad, because you have to wait an entire day for the whole trailer to come out. I guess it was worth it. That it definitely made me watch and pay attention to the Game Awards more, because I want to see that Ghost of Tsushima trailer. But going back, I think they also showed the Goose Game. It's coming out on PlayStation 4. They showed Bravely Default. Did you catch a glimpse of that one?
Yeah, it kind of looked a little more modernized. Because I remember they were like kind of like sprites or chibis or like small characters, and that kind of animation didn't really stick with me. But I heard that the first one got like really good scores, and people were saying it was really good. So number 2, I guess. I guess I should try it out.
Because this is like, it's Platinum and Square, so it's the same people that made Nier, right?
Yeah.
So it looks kind of the same, except set in a fantasy setting. I think the best part was when he took the boss's sword and hit him with it. I think that'll be a cool mechanic. But that's not coming out until summer next year, man. That's going to be a while.
That's good, because I am poor and about to throw out all of our money on this Ace Edition Final Fantasy.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. They also showed, what else did they show? They showed Dreams, which Dreams looks crazy, man. It's only been in beta at this point, but people have made so much in that game already.
Yeah, and they're making like wholesome games, And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But like, is this just one person that's making all of these games, or for they're making their own game kind of thing?
Yeah, and what I think is happening, I think it is a lot of people. I watched someone stream, like someone not affiliated with the company that's making it, stream Dreams one time, and they were showing it's actually a lot of different people that are making kind of their dream game in there for lack of better terms, no pun intended. What's funny too is what some people are doing is they're just building tools. Like someone will build an NPC sprite, someone will build like a dog that has like animations and stuff, so you could put it in your own game. You know?
Can we take custom sprites from the internet or models and build our own game?
No, I think everything's proprietary. I think you have to make everything in games. There's no kind of import thing like that.
Boo! I was gonna make all of my dream characters in one game, make a remake of Xenogears, crossover into some Dead or Alive. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. There's a portion in Xenogears where you have to make. Where you have to take a vacation on an island.
On an island.
You lose all your money. The only way to leave the island is in this volleyball tournament.
Yep.
That's a sick
I guess I'll
twist.
I'll never leave that island.
But I mean, yeah, I don't think you can import stuff, but shit, someone in there, I'm pretty sure someone in Dreams has already modeled something like that, dude. Pretty sure. But yeah, no, the game's just, I mean, from playing it at PSX and PAX, wherever gaming conventions we've been to, E3, definitely know that there's a wide variety of stuff to do in there. I think I played a side scroller. I played an action adventure game. I played a text adventure, all in Dreams. So I think this is going to be successful. This is going to be game of the year next year, I feel like, just because they're giving people these tools to make games with, and they're making good stuff out there out of it, Ben. So
I was wondering, like, what if these people make like really good games, super good games, and would they decide if they ever decide to like make it out of Dreams, would they have to like go through a bunch of patent process? You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like if it's so successful, there's millions of downloads, and then that person's like, I'm gonna be an indie developer, and take his own game out of Dreams, and then Dreams is like, nah.
Yeah,
we used our tools to make this. This is ours.
Yeah, there's probably an agreement for that somewhere, where it's like, since you are using the Dreams engine to make your game, that you can't sell it, or you can only play it in, like, I have to buy Dreams to play that game, right?
Yeah.
So if he wants to make it out somewhere else, he'd probably have to use something different, like Unreal or something like that, to make the game. And I mean, it's nothing unheard of before, I don't think, right? Like League of Legends and Dota, those were all use map settings and shit, and then they just went out and made their own game out of it. Since, I mean, how are you really gonna make money off of a fucking map hack?
And here's the thing too, I was wondering, like, remember how that guy made a Final Fantasy VII game?
Yes, he made that boss fight. Yeah.
Is there like copyright issues though for all of that? Like a lot of these fans, take the already existing games and they make it the way they want to see it, and then what if it's like becomes more successful than the original game?
Damn, I didn't think about that.
They're like, let's remake Kingdom Hearts or something like that, and then people are like, oh yeah, this is way better than the original.
I know.
Like, shit.
Here's Kingdom Hearts with the ending you wanted.
Exactly.
Man, yeah, I don't know who would be liable in that case, because it really is just tools and that you can use, and you could craft anything out of those tools that you want.
Yep.
I guess the thing is that the people who are making it aren't making any money off of it, so it doesn't matter.
But the people who are making Dreams, though,
the people that are making Dreams, they're
are
not
making money off the people who are remaking the game.
Exactly. But if the people that make Dreams, who is it? It's the people that made Little Big Planet. They're called like Red Wagon or something. Yeah,
and they were pretty good with Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I spent over half a year on Little Big Planet.
Media Molecule is who made it, and they're the ones making Dreams. I think as long as Media Molecule doesn't go out and say, "Oh, hey guys, buy Dreams, the game where you could play the better version of Kingdom Hearts on it." As long as they don't say that, I think they're good, man.
Yep.
Plausible deniability. They're not using these games to their advantage of selling Dreams itself. Although the games they showcased real quick in the trailer yesterday were super good. The one I was most interested in is the one where you play as there's a word for it. Like you play like Godzilla and you're just thrashing a town,
Mm-hmm.
They showed little clips of a game like that, and that looks super interesting to me, man. I just want to go and rampage through a town. We got a release date too for Dreams. I don't think that's been released ever before. I know they said they were going to end the beta, which is surprising because everyone thought it would be like Fortnite. It's just in beta forever. PUBG. This game is just in beta forever. But they're ending the beta and it's releasing officially, I think, in April next year. So the first 4 or 5 months of 2020 are going to be huge, man.
Yep. I'm gonna be stuck on Final Fantasy for a while though.
Yeah. No, I'm used a bunch of vacation time to go to Japan and the Philippines. I think I'm gonna save the rest of it for Final Fantasy for like the end of March, beginning of April. I'm just gonna take a week off or something. All these games just come out at the same time.
Exactly.
So, yeah, kind of excited more for that game. They always marketed that game weird, right? They never straight up told you, it's a game creator where you can make your own games. I think the comparison I always made is like Gary's Mod, where you could just customize a bunch of stuff. What did they always call it? They always called it something you can make your dreams in or something corny like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think now people are starting to get the picture, and this is going to start selling out the rockers, so which is good because from what I've experienced playing it at conventions, this game is super cool and the possibilities are endless. And now you have me really, really interested if someone goes in there and either remakes Xenogears or does the proper ending to Kingdom Hearts or the dream ending. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And they're like, what if they allowed their users to sell their games on Dreams?
Yeah. What I think it's gonna turn into is a place for people to put their resumes up. They're gonna go and they're like, "Oh, hey, I want to be a game developer. Look what I did in Dreams," and then that's what's gonna get them a job somewhere, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that might be crazy. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, there was a Kingdom Hearts trailer too during the State of Play. It was for DLC. Did you know there was DLC for Kingdom Hearts coming out?
Think of the number 3, right?
Yeah.
Where all the Final Fantasy characters coming in, and the thing is, I haven't been playing Kingdom Hearts, but when I saw like Kairi and Sora holding hands, I was like, finally! I don't know if this is a dream in their world or whatnot, but that was the main goal of me wanting to start Kingdom Hearts. And when I was like starting, that's where I kind of spoiled myself seeing the ending of number 3. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop playing number 1 right now until I get a I think it was because I learned from Final Fantasy 15, I was kind of like, I went this whole journey with my bros, and then this wasn't an ending I was expecting, kind of thing.
There you go, dude. Someone's gonna make that ending in Dreams, man.
Exactly. Oh yeah, too. And that's the thing, like, how they stopped right before making the other ending that I was I was expecting, and then I was like, maybe Dreams can do that. They can close the gap in my heart, kind of thing.
So what makes me mad is this seems like this was all supposed to be in the game, but they cut it out and said, "Oh yeah, let's just throw it in there as DLC." Right?
Because that is bullcrap. Yeah, exactly.
It's all the cool things that you would expect to be in the actual game. I mean, the Final Fantasy characters have been in every Kingdom Hearts except for 3. Then all of a sudden they're just going to throw them in the DLC. And then there's a lot of callbacks to the first Kingdom Hearts. Like I think there's a part in the trailer where Sora is running towards Riku, and it's just like the beginning when Riku's standing under the wave at their home island or whatever. There's a quote from the first one in there, like I think the quote the first game opens up with. Then they have Kairi and Sora holding hands, so that's the ending you're expecting, man. If this is the actual real ending of Kingdom Hearts, you just have to pay an extra $15 for it. Kind of salty, man.
Exactly.
Even though I haven't bought Kingdom Hearts 3.
Why are they doing that? I think is this Square Enix? Kingdom Hearts is done by Square Enix. Yeah. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. They try to release it like Final Fantasy 14, where you have like a somewhat of a story, and then they release a bunch of DLCs and patches, and so they're probably taking that model and putting it into regular games where like they don't complete the story and you have to buy the DLC to finish the story. And 15, man, that was exactly like that.
It's not a good look, man. I don't like it. It's like Mass Effect 3 all over again, man. I do not like it. I do not like it. You would think too. I wouldn't think Square is so pressed for cash either, for productivity. I feel like with Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out, they should be making all kinds of money. That and Brave Exvius, for what it's worth, I think is a pretty popular mobile game, man.
It is. I've been seeing it all over the ads lately, and I was like, yeah, you really did me wrong when you said that you're bringing Xenogears, and then it turns out it was only for Japan. I was like, this is not cool. This is not cool at all. And then I was like down on my luck. I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend all my in currency money in trying to get a Cloud, because that was when Final Fantasy VII was announced. The characters, announced. I was like, let me try it out. I spent all my in-currency cash just to try to get either any of the main cast of Final Fantasy VII. I ended up getting like some random soldiers and some random monsters. I was like, this is bullcrap. I'm done. And that's the thing, people, you can put real money into these games.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, you're not guaranteed, and they should have made it where like you can get, of course, randomize the characters, but like you shouldn't be able to get the repeats, because I think I got like 10 repeats before I got something else. It was such bull. And I was like, okay, yep, I'm done with this game.
Well, low-key, what I heard is they can improve your odds of getting stuff if you spend actual money on the in-game currency. So, it's like all this stuff you probably earn on your own through grinding through the game. But since you hadn't actually used real dollars into it, your odds are a little bit lower.
Exactly, and I think they're manipulating those odds. Like you have to at least spend $50 to get a 10% chance of getting one of the characters you like.
Jesus, man. So the way I realized this is I noticed one day, right? There was I forgot what I was doing. I think in Pokemon Go though, there was something where a certain Pokemon was spawning more, and I was trying to find the shiny version of it. And I was sitting there for maybe, over 2 hours just tapping the Pokemon, not even catching it, but just trying to get that shiny, right? I think I read somewhere, has anyone noticed that the shiny rates increase when you buy a new outfit or something? I was like, what? That can't be true, right? And I'd been meaning to get that whole, safari outfit in the game. So I was like, let me try this, right? And I bought the safari outfit. Not even 10 minutes later, I found a shiny dude.
Oh my god.
Coincidence? I think not, man. I think they do. They definitely buff it up, man.
Man, see, these people are trying to take our money, man. It used to be good back in the day where you just buy one, you spend one price and you get the game completely. You get everything. Now everything is all divided and you got to pay for subscriptions and stuff like that.
Yep.
I don't know
whether you want it or not, and sometimes they'll trick you too, where I don't know, another game you really, let's say like in Fallen Order, I haven't really played it or anything yet, right? But let's say I finish the game, it has a satisfying ending. Then all of a sudden it's like, play as, the main character from Fallen Order in finding Obi-Wan Kenobi in a little side adventure. That's something I didn't even know I wanted, but I'm mad and I'm gonna pay to play that shit. They could dab it both ways, where it's something that's completely unnecessary, you don't even care for, or something that you didn't even know you wanted, and you're just like, fuck it, dude, I'll pay for that. I want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not like the ending thing, though. Stop that. Do not make us pay for the actual endings. That's rude.
Yeah, Mass Effect. Yeah. I like how Sekiro is one wholesome game. There's no DLC.
Yeah.
You don't need to, and the ending is there. So it's like, if they're going to leave it off where a continuation is going to happen, at least I felt satisfied beating the whole game. And I can wait for a number 2.
Yeah. I guess last big thing that we haven't touched on is Resident Evil 3. This came out kind of fast, do you think?
Yes, and I think they're competing with Final Fantasy. Oh, actually, it's releasing in April, isn't it?
Yeah, almost exactly a month after Remake comes out.
Huh. Okay. They should put this game in VR, though, especially at the beginning where they're running. She's running.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And that's what was interesting is there going to be... I'm thinking they just did that for the trailer to kind of be in suspense. Because the way they opened it up, too, they're like, all right, guys, let's check out the campaign for Project Resistance. So you're expecting, okay, let's see the multiplayer campaign mode or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then it ends up being Resident Evil 3 and this big surprise, which would have been even a more bigger surprise if it hadn't leaked earlier. But it was kind of weird how they did that first person. I don't know if that's actually going to be in the game. Do you think every time Nemesis shows up, it'll just run into first person? I actually won't like that.
Oh, yeah. I don't like being chased. And it's worse if you're in first-person mode being chased, That's like how PT... Oh, I am sidetracked. Did you hear that their Hideo Kojima is thinking about doing Silent Hill?
We can do that?
To continue off of... remember how PT was supposed to be Silent Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that he was considering doing a... kind of similar to Silent Hill.
Oh, okay. So he's going to make another survival horror game?
Yeah.
I think that'd be sick, man. So everyone loves PT, or it resonates with them, right? And It was a big surprise. And I agree with that. But I don't think what people don't remember is that same year, I think 2014 or whenever PT came out, because that was at Gamescom, where they released PT. So it was like the German or European E3. At Tokyo Game Show later that same year, they showed a Silent Hills trailer. That was insane. Do you remember this one?
Mm-mm.
It was, oh man, I forgot what it was. I think in the beginning, right? You just hear this knocking.
Uh-huh.
And the guy turns the corner, and it's like a bouncy ball knocking onto a door, trying to get in the door. The door opens and the guy follows the ball into the room. And what happens is a headless kid picks up the ball and it turns into his head. And then his head starts throwing up worms and shit. Yeah, dude. That was a crazy trailer. If they do something like that, I think that would be sick. It doesn't necessarily have to be Silent Hills. I think you lose a lot of the lore if it's not related to Silent Hills. But shit, if anybody can make up their own lore, I think Hideo Kojima can do it, man.
Yeah, especially in PT, it's like everything is a mystery and you're trying to figure out why you're there and what's going on. And the more you find out, the more you don't want to find out. And you want to just get out of there.
Exactly. I think that's definitely a game I will watch someone stream or do a Let's Play of. I will never play that game myself. But yeah, man, I think I'd be into it. I fully support that. Kojima's a troll, dude. So what would he call the game? Quiet Mountain?
TP.
He'd make it like he'd mix up the letters in Konami, and that would be the name of his game, dude. He's so troll, man. But yeah, I wouldn't want any part of Resident Evil 3 to be first person, man. Just keep it all third person. I guess you could use the first person to really accentuate the importance that, oh shit, there's really nothing I can do against Nemesis except for run, right?
Exactly.
Like you can't even shoot him or anything, but I think it would lose it a little bit on me. But yeah, I think just as great as Resident Evil 2 remake is, Resident Evil 3 remake is going to just be right up there with it. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake came out in January of this year, this past January. So it took them less than a year to make this game, dude. Holy shit. They must have been working on it at the same time, right?
Yeah.
That, and it takes place in Raccoon City, so they could just reuse maps and everything like that.
Yeah, and just introduce the character models.
Yeah, just make new ones. The most interesting part to me is to see how they connect the two games. I don't know if you saw recently, but I guess they updated Resident Evil 2. I think in Steam. I didn't hear about PlayStation, but they added a new achievement in Resident Evil 2 that's related to Resident Evil 3 in some way. So that's kind of crazy if they could do that. That would drive me wild if I was back in my trophy hunting days, man. You're like, what? I already platinumed this game. Now you can just make up trophies on the fly, man. So that's kind of wild. But yeah, the most interesting thing, or the most thing I'm interested in seeing is there's a part in Resident Evil 2. You haven't played Resident Evil 2, right?
No. I was watching a lot of people play it.
So there's this portion in the police department where there's just, I think it's a shower room or something. It's on the top floor, and it's one of the only ways to cross from one side of the police station to the other, and it's because all of the walls are smashed in, so you could just walk through. I wonder in Resident Evil 3 if we're going to see how those walls were smashed in, if that's part of a chase sequence between Jill and Nemesis. That'd be kind of
Nemesis,
sick.
Dude, yeah.
So you're like, oh my god, now I know why these walls aren't there in Resident Evil 2 remake. I think that'd be sick,
that would be hella sick.
Be super sick. But yeah, so that was shit. That was more or less I think they showed a VR game too. What was in the indies, man? The Nintendo indies. Anything good?
Golf Story. I want to play that Golf Story game.
Oh yeah. Well, it's Sports Story now, right?
Sports Story.
Yeah.
So I think you said that the prequel was a Golf Story.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's on Steam right now. But I saw that Golf Story is also in Japan for the Switch. I was like, damn it. But there is English subtitles, so I think I might actually pick that up.
How can you do that? Because you can't access the Japanese store on your Switch, can you?
I have to actually buy the physical copy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Gotcha.
other than that, I blanked out everything else in the indie games. I was like, oh yeah, these are cool indie games, but yeah, they don't interest me.
Do they all kind of have that same art style? Whenever I think of
like
game,
2 bits.
Yeah.
And just different ways of how to use those 2-bit graphics.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Whenever I think of indie games, I think about Golf Story and how that game looks. I mean, the pixel art is getting really, really, really good nowadays. So sometimes it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I rarely associate indie games with graphics other than that, dude. And those are all games that are just coming out on the Switch?
Yeah. Just mainly the Switch. So I was like, man, they're doing pretty good at having a bunch of indie developers, They're taking over a good portion of the market, and they're not being selective with the kind of games that are coming onto the Switch, like Dead or Alive.
Or what's it called? Peach Ball? Honey Pop?
Peach. Oh yeah.
Oh no, not Honey Pop. What's that game called?
Peach Ball. Senran Kagura.
There you go.
I have that game, but I've never played it yet.
So I thought that was another one of those like beat 'em up games or shooting games where you shoot the girl or you fight the girl and her clothes come off. No, that's a pinball game.
Yeah, the pinball game, and then they're just like in the middle of I think in the middle of like the level, and you're shooting the pinball at her, on her, around her. But either way, I haven't been playing that. I've just been so sucked up in like different games. I did start a new game though, that I wanted to talk about is Katana Zero, because I've been so involved with Sekiro. And after I beat Sekiro, I had that whole, oh man, I got the adrenaline, I need to parry something kind of thing. And Katana Zero is like a 2-bit samurai, and you're like going through and you're like an assassin. It's kind of like Hotline Miami, I would think.
So it's top down and
actually side scrolling.
Oh, but side scrolling.
But the graphics and the lore and kind of the like the dark theme, yeah, it's kind of like Hotline Miami. You're an assassin, you're going to kill everybody, and so far I've only went through like the first couple levels, but it's getting pretty interesting. Like, you're an assassin killing everybody, but you're getting this medication. I don't know what it's for, and there's a countdown for an amount of days, and they're not really like just telling you much, but the more you do things, the more your employer like tells you not to snoop around, just kill the person. But then the last guy, he said, don't talk to the guy, he's a compulsive liar, ignore him. So it gives you options, a lot of options. And for me, I was like, why do you want me to not talk to this guy? So before I was about to kill this guy, the guy was like, oh yeah, I stole something from you. And then I was like, what are you talking about? But apparently you're unraveling like a different story of why you're an assassin, why you need these drugs, and then someone kills them before you can actually find out what's going on. So then you start questioning everything, like, why are you doing this? Why is your employer telling you not to talk to this target client? So yeah, that was the first couple levels.
How far are you into this?
First couple levels. So
how long is it? Is it like an hour of playing the game or something? Or?
I think it might be an hour, but definitely recommend checking it out. Okay. And it's cool because you're a samurai in, I don't know, like the regular world, and you're killing people, but the gameplay is pretty cool. Like, you can slow down time, and I guess it has something to do with your abilities, but anyways, you slow down time, and then you can reflect the bullet back by slashing it. And it's like Hotline Miami. You take one hit, you die. You die, you have to restart the whole level. So then you have to like think, you like pick up weapons, pick up things around you, throw them, reflect bullets back. You have to speed past these people and lasers and stuff like that. I recommend it. I think you probably would enjoy it. It's called Katana Zero.
So you said you can slow down time?
Yes, for a limited time, and it regenerates. But there's only a certain amount of things you can do when you slow down time. You technically can only slash one time. So you can reflect a bullet back, or you can just slow down time and then run past everybody, kill everybody. But other than that, if you slow down time, reflect a bullet, it takes a while for you to be able to reflect a second bullet. So you have to think, you can't spam it or anything like that. And it's pretty interesting, like you're like in this dirt apartment, and you're an assassin, and then all of a sudden these people, or like a little girl comes up and talks to you, and she's like, she's your neighbor, but your client is like, you better not be talking to anybody, kind of thing. So I was kind of lying, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I never met anybody. So I guess it changes the dialogue and changes things, because technically it was given the option to kill the guy before he started talking, but I let him talk, and then somebody else killed him. So I was like,
Oh.
what the fuck? And then so apparently I was being set up after that. So I don't know what's changing in the story, but I think since I went that route, everything is changed. Like I was getting set up after that.
Okay. So the gameplay, does it depend a lot on your, I guess, your reflexes and reaction time? Or does being able to slow down time?
You have to like run up to them, slash them. You don't really use too much of the slowdown unless you're like going against ranged people. That way you can reflect the bullets back. But other than that, it's kind of like Hotline Miami. You break down the door, slash everybody inside the door, or run away, and then you like hide, slash them when they turn the corner. So it's stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And you have to think too. Like when there's 5 guys. You can't just run in and start slashing because one of them's going to hit you. So you start throwing things, kill 2 guys, run away, and then slow down time and slash the other guys. It's pretty cool.
Okay. You got this on PC, PlayStation
4? Switch.
Oh, shit, okay.
Right now, because of the Game Awards, I think it's still on sale, but it's $5 off, so it's $10 right now. And the game got really good scores.
Damn. Yeah, I think that was a cool thing, too, that the Game Awards did, is everything that was either nominated or won eventually, they were all on sale. I think some were free for 2 days. Like you got a free 2-day demo to try these games out that were all nominated and stuff. So damn, that's actually not bad. I might have to check it out. Although I don't know, man. With games like that are hard, that'll challenge me, I have to be selective on those now. We're getting old and blood pressure is a thing, so
I think it's more easier than Hotline Miami. That one
really
raised my blood pressure like crazy because you like do everything right, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, this one little stray bullet.
Yeah. From someone off screen just fucking shoots you, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
So yeah, speaking of the Game Awards, I guess we'll just go over whatever the big announcements we remember from it, because there was a lot of announcements, dude. I know there was the guys that made PUBG. They're making a prequel to the Battle Royale game that they made, kind of explaining the world. There was some League of Legends single player games announced. I think there was a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game announced. There was Magic Dungeons and Dragons. Just all kinds of shit got announced, dude. But I guess the main one I want to talk about is the fucking new Xbox, man. Was that
one that looks like a computer?
Yeah, was that a surprise or what?
Yeah, that was the trip. I didn't even understand what they were talking about. The whole trailer was like,
yeah,
they're all cheesy and being, I don't know. And then at the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, play this." And I was like, "Okay, so this is where dreams come true."
I know.
All right, I see it.
That's what I thought too. I was like, "Is this a Dreams trailer?" We already know Dreams is coming out, man.
Yeah. They're like, anything is possible, and they're like going through different types of games and graphics. And I was like, okay, Dreams again. All right.
Yeah,
so.
That's what was funny for 2 seconds, right? Because they just show, I don't know, they just show environments and stuff evolving and everything like that. Then all of a sudden, the first gameplay of anything they show is a car, kind of like Forza Horizon. And you're like, oh, they're doing all this for a racing game? That's kind of dramatic, And I think the next thing they show is FIFA, and then they show Master Chief. So you're like, okay, wait, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden they show, how do you describe this, dude? It's like a pillar. It is like a computer tower, but a really thin one, no?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're trying to get away from the whole vertical tower kind of thing and console, but I was like, the one guy brought up, he's like, oh, now this thing won't fit in my my entertainment center. I was like, what? Holy crap, you're right.
He's right, because everything's built to be horizontal.
Exactly. Yeah. And I was like, that's interesting, because I didn't really realize that everything is built horizontal, and I guess it was because of DVDs back in the day, tape players, but whole furniture setup is going vertical.
Yeah. I was reading. I read some of the specs afterwards. So you already knew that they planned this because as soon as they announced it, a bunch of articles came up with all the particulars about everything that's going to be on what they call it, the Xbox Series X. That's going to be confusing, man. Next year, because they're going to have other types, right? I think it's confirmed there's going to be a type without the CD slot in it. So it's just like a download machine. Basically, you just download all your games onto that box. That one's going to be called, I don't know, Xbox Series 4 or something. Just not even another letter. They're just going to just throw out a bunch of different things in there. That's going to be confusing next year. Think about it if you're the kid that wants the Series X and your parents buy you the Series 4, dude. You're going to be upset, man.
Exactly.
But, so yeah, I was reading the specs about it, and you can put it horizontally. And it's not that big. It looks like it is going to be about the size of your computer tower, but they said it's 12 inches by 6. So it sits about a foot tall and it's only 6 inches deep. So that's not that big for a next gen console, man. I would expect it to be a lot bulkier than that, man.
Yeah. I just don't know where to put it though.
Yeah, that's true.
You put it behind your TV, you put it on the floor.
And I think now that's an option where with current consoles, all the air vents out the sides, right?
Yeah.
With this one, if you're standing it up, it'll vent out the top. So, I mean, unless you put it in an enclosed space where it can't vent up top, yeah, you could hide this shit behind your TV. Who cares? Just let the hot air go up, Well, yeah, interesting. And it's kind of funny. I think it puts an egg in Sony's face because the only thing they showed about a PS5 is a game trailer that looked kind of generic, man.
Yeah.
Don't you think? They had I forgot even what it's called. God something. Oh, man, I just sent you the link, too. They had a trailer for Godfall, and it had this guy running away from explosions or something in the Monster Hunter World Basil Goose armor, and his friends came to save him, and they said, "All right, let's do this." Now it's kind of the end of the trailer, and then at the very end, when they announced the name as Godfall, they said, "Releasing holiday 2020 on PlayStation 5," and that's it, dude. We didn't even get a PlayStation 5 like logo or anything, man. I don't think one exists yet. So it's kind of funny how Xbox came out, showed their whole console. They showed a trailer of a game that's going to be on it that's fairly popular. I think Senua's Sacrifice, the first one, just got amazing reviews. And they even got the main guy, Phil Spencer from Xbox, to go out there. I think he's the only one still recognizable that has a job with the gaming company. What's that other dude's name from Sony?
Shoot, I don't know.
The guy that always does the things, man. The guy that always does the conferences. I forget his name. But he's gone. He doesn't work at Sony anymore. Reggie Fils-Aimé doesn't work at Nintendo anymore. The guy that said my body is ready. So he's kind of the last one standing, the most recognizable face. So for him to go up there too is a huge thing. It's kind of funny, man. Xbox made the first shots out here, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. So right now, I think I'm gonna buy an Xbox.
Are you sure you don't want to buy a Stadia?
Oh fuck no, dude! Isn't Stadia out right now?
I have no idea. It looks like it was involved with streaming games.
Yeah.
It said that you can pause it, you play it on some other devices, and I was like, how does that happen? I guess that happens by streaming. So
yeah. The logistics of that don't make sense to me at all, dude. So basically, it's a server farm. And what you're signing into one of the boxes on the server farm, and you're playing your game on that box, right? You're just streaming the visuals to, let's say, your computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I see that where you can stop playing it on your computer, take out your cell phone, and then you can just unpause it. You're streaming onto that same box in that server farm, and the visuals are just now on your phone. So I can see how that works, but man, your internet has to be good, dude.
Exactly. And I was like, what is the power behind it? Like, if you can play it on your other devices, it looked like a tablet and stuff like that. Is all the power on the other end?
Yeah. You're just getting the visuals, essentially. All the hardware and what the game is actually running on is in that server farm.
Uh-huh.
So it's just like you're watching a YouTube video, but it's an interactable game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because what's faster? You tell me. 5G is faster than LTE, right?
5G. Yes.
So my coworker has 5G, and I don't know what it is. Maybe there's not enough 5G towers around or something. But he was trying to look up the scores to a basketball game, and I was able to bring it up faster on LTE. And
because the infrastructure is all there for the LTE 4.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think it's out really, and it's fairly in its infant stage, and I don't know if his device can even handle 5G. There's so many different factors.
Well, it says 5G on the top, so maybe they're just lying to him.
Yeah, they could say, "Oh yeah, your signal can handle it," but can your phone handle it?
So the crazy part to me is like, well, shit. If it takes me 30 seconds to load up NBA scores, what the fuck is gonna happen if I'm trying to play this game? Can you imagine trying to play Sekiro streaming? Your parries are gonna be so off, dude. The latency is gonna be mad insane, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know how this streaming stuff is gonna work unless they do improve networks. Kind of on a side note, I work with road maintenance and everything related to traffic, and that involves street lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, it's public knowledge. Right now, there's like this huge thing where I think AT&T wants to install a bunch of 5G on top of some street lights. 5G like signals or satellites or whatever, just receivers on top of a bunch of street lights. Like that's how they won't just build a separate 5G tower. They'll add it to street lights. And in this certain neighborhood, and everyone in that neighborhood is calling or to try and complain about it. They're making this whole complaint. What do you call those? Where you get a bunch of signatures, man?
Petition?
Yeah. They're trying to make a petition, and part of it says that, our 5G signals are going to raise the temperature in our neighborhood. It's going to give us brain cancer and all this stuff. And you know what? I'm kind of with them, dude. We don't know the long-term effects 5G is going to have. We don't know the long-term effects LTE is going to have on us, man. So I'm kind of with them, dude. Let's just stay with wired connections. All this stuff we're doing on our phone is fine. What we're doing on our phone, it doesn't need to be faster. It's cool. I can wait 30 seconds to see the NBA scores, man. Don't need to stream fucking video games on my phone, dude. Just let me download that shit over Wi-Fi. But yeah, so next big console's coming out. It's crazy that they announced this here. Kind of took everyone by surprise. I think I heard a thing too where during the rehearsals for the show, Phil Spencer had to go up there and do the speech that he did after that trailer played, but it was a completely different speech. Just some bullshit about how Xbox is great. So they really kept that thing under wraps, man. They didn't want anybody to spoil that shit at all.
Yeah.
Other big announcements besides the consoles. There's going to be a Wolves Among Us 2, which is kind of crazy because Telltale doesn't really exist anymore. So how they pulled that off is insane, man. I wonder if...
Oh, yeah. Are you going to play that?
Yes, dude. I have
because I remember you were saying, like, you didn't like the ending of the first one or something like that.
And the reason I didn't like the ending of the first one is because they're never going to come out with the second season, is what I thought. And now that they're coming out with the second season, I have to fucking play it to find out. Because it ends on one of those where it's like, the main character, you're a detective basically in this game, right? Mm-hmm. So the way the story ends, not to spoil it too much, is like you figure out the grand plot and all the players of this murder or whatever. except for this one detail that you missed. It was like the ultimate mastermind behind it all, and they kind of get away in the end. Like when you realize, oh shit, this person was the main antagonist, like the kind of architect behind everything. They just manipulated everybody to do this crime. When you realize that, the person's gone already. So
damn,
that's why I was mad. I was like, oh man, this is such a great story. I can't wait for the next season. Telltale is no longer a company and is dissolving. Like, okay, fuck that, dude.
Shit.
The one I won't play again, because everybody's so hyped. They're saying, oh, Telltale might be back. You know, we can get Game of Thrones back. No, the Game of Thrones series they did is actual trash. I'm convinced no one actually played that. They're just excited about Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones Telltale game sucks. Do not play that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I play that shit, and yeah, totally not worth it, man.
And The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, the first season was great. The rest of the seasons, I haven't really finished that story. I've avoided spoilers for it. I think it's free on Epic Game Store soon, so I'm waiting for it to come out for free, and I'll just play it, dude. What else is good? The Tales from the Borderlands was pretty good. Batman was surprisingly good. I think more or less, I mean, for better or worse, I think the Telltale games are good. Just the engine is super trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've made these games forever, and it's still like all stuttery and stuff. What else? There was a Final Fantasy VII remake trailer, which just give me a trailer every week for that game, dude. It'll never get old, man. Just shows Cloud being cocky, confident Cloud, man. He's still
badass.
Yeah. I think they're gonna.
I was like, I can't wait.
They're gonna play with us too, because you saw, right, the bridge he was fighting on kind of broke, and he jumped and flipped off of it, and he landed. So I think they're gonna bait us, dude. They're gonna troll our expectations of, oh man, this bridge is gonna blow up, Cloud's gonna fall, and he's gonna land in the church. We already know what's gonna happen. I think they're gonna have the bridge blow up, but he's not gonna fall. We're like, wait, what's going on? I hope they do that just to mess with our expectations. That'd be good.
Yeah, like misinformation, like how the video games always have these trailers and half of it is not even inside the game. What if they specifically do that for this game?
Greatest. I love that stuff though. I love it. Yeah. Like the Marvel movies have been doing that for a few years now. I love that stuff, because then you're right, they build your expectations, and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, this is completely different from what I thought, So yeah, give me a remake trailer every week. That's making my $300 worth it, man. Another, I guess the last biggest announcement we'll talk about, unless you have any others, just completely random to me, man. They ended the show with Fast and Furious, a Fast and Furious video game, dude.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know. All I was excited for was for him to reveal who won the Game Award. And I was like, oh my god, like, who thought this was a good idea? I don't think, for me, it was a good idea. At least, if you're going to do Fast and the Furious, make it look kind of cool. But to me, it was like, man, they kind of threw this in the garage, put it together in the garage, and, What do you think? Do you you're excited for this game?
Fuck no. What? I mean,
yeah.
I think I would be, but Fast and the Furious has turned into something completely different nowadays, man.
Dude, I just need the first one and maybe the second one, because they're still racing, but still. After that, it just became, I don't know what's going on anymore.
They're like action heroes now or something, man.
Yeah, like they're flipping a tank, driving in the air. I was like, I can't keep up.
And so I lied earlier in this podcast when I said when I hear the word or the term indie game, I think about sprite graphics. I forgot too that games like State of Decay exist, where it's like, a nicer game, but you could tell just the way the graphics are. It's like the 3D models aren't as detailed as they could be, like edges are a little bit flat and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that after announcing the new Xbox, the new PlayStation, showing this great Ghost of Tsushima trailer, the rest of it continued from, the state of play. What else? Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake, just showing all these great games, showing the future of graphics. Then you show this Fast and Furious trailer, which is okay. The cars look great. The lights reflecting off the shiny paint, all looks good. And then you see Vin Diesel's face, and you're like, whoa, wait. Is this an indie game? Like the character models in this look so cheap. You're right,
dude. So cheapy, and they don't have like facial expression.
Yeah,
it's just their lips just moving up and down, and I was like, man, who thought this was amazing?
You would think with all the money the movies make, they would just make this a AAA title. Regardless of whoever's gonna buy it, just fuck it. We'll throw $1 billion at this thing because that's what it's worth, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. They made it seem like such a big deal, and maybe it is. Maybe it's just not for us, right? I just think that they did not go about it the right way. That they should have really focused on. Maybe you don't even play as a person, right? Maybe you're really just driving the cars in certain missions, and everything that shows the actual characters is just a cutscene. But come on, man. It's gotta look nicer than fucking an NPC in Final Fantasy X, dude. Come on, man. What the fuck?
Exactly. Maybe they're focusing purely on the cars, making the cars fly, and that's why they couldn't. They had to copy and paste and then digitally edit the face into it.
Yeah, man. This is. I think they made it in dreams. Is what the big announcement's gonna be, dude.
Watch, someone makes it better in dreams.
Oh man, dude. Yeah. So that's weird. I don't know, man. But yeah, those are all the big announcements, really, or at least the ones that we were most interested in. Unless you got any other ones that you remember, man.
Babylon Fall Tower. I don't remember where it was.
Oh yeah,
the one with the guy with the sword and the after image swords. I was like, damn. See, this is how Final Fantasy 7. Well, not 7. Sorry, 15 Noctis should be fighting like, with the after image of the swords and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But mainly when you fight as Noctis, you're only fighting with one weapon, really. Mm-hmm. And when you do your special, you kind of throw all your weapons at him. Mm-hmm. But I was expecting, to like after images of the weapons to hit the enemy and stuff like that. And, yeah, I'm excited for this game.
That one's not coming out for a while too, so it's all right. You can save your money, man.
It's perfect. And then we can play these games that are coming out. Play with my toy Cloud Strife motorcycle. Broom broom.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the awards themselves, there was a lot of stuff you didn't expect, I think, which I think makes it even better. Devil May Cry 5 won Action Game of the Year. A game that won a lot of awards. I don't know if we've ever talked about here. It's called Disco Elysium. Just kind of like can't explain it, man. This kind of a detective RPG, top down in like the original. What's that game called? Like the original Fallout, and you could have conversation choices that affect the game. You pick stats like persuasion stats and things like that.
What is that game called? Because they were winning a lot of awards.
Yeah. Disco Elysium. It actually convinced me to buy the game, so I bought it on Steam. And
Disco I don't even know how to spell that. Elysium.
Elysium, and it's like a top-down kind of view thing, and
God damn, we got a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and it won like 5 awards, man. So
what?
It convinced me enough. Everybody says that, oh man, the Game Awards are just one big commercial. Yep, I would have never bought Disco Elysium if it wasn't for this, man. So definitely picked that up. I think, Devil May Cry 5 winning action game of the year was a surprise. Smash Bros. Ultimate winning fighting game of the year was a surprise as well. A lot of people peg either Mortal Kombat or something else to win that, Samurai Showdown even. But the fact that Smash Bros. Won, it's kind of insane. I think the biggest surprise was game of the year, though. Who would have thought that Sekiro was going to win game of the year, man?
Yay! I actually didn't think that was going to happen. I was like looking at it, I was like, oh yeah, Resident Evil is going to take the cake, or maybe Death Stranding, who knows? But
especially since Death Stranding just came out, that's exactly what I was thinking too, man.
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, and especially the difficulty in the game. I know a lot of people like stop playing Sekiro because of the difficulty, but I didn't think it was going to win.
Yeah, man. Competition was stiff, but you're right too with the difficulty as high as it is. You know, it isn't a game for everyone, but giving a game like that game of the year is kind of insane, man. Where it has such like a high bar of entry or enjoyment, you know.
Exactly. And you know, the learning curve is really, really high. So it's like you can't just jump in and expect to be good. You know, you kind of have to have a background in the Dark Souls games.
Yeah.
I would think. And yeah. But I was really happy because I've been playing.
It makes it even better, right? That's fresh in your mind. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then, you know, I was just going through all the bosses. Oh, dude, I am like killing everything really easily now. I think it's because my vitality and my poise is all up. It's still fresh in my mind, but I'm going through a lot of bosses and stuff. But the main one I'm trying to go after is the Demon of the Beast or whatever it is. And I looked it up, the lore and stuff, and yeah, it's still confirmed that he's the sculptor. And he got consumed by hatred. And that's why the beast has one arm, but the other arm is on fire. So, yeah. And they were like going into like even deeper stuff. Like when you notice the sculptor gone, like go to his shrine, and then there's a lot of blood there, and something's missing. And I was like, wow, I didn't really pay attention. All I was like trying to do is beat the damn game, you know. And so I kind of skipped past everything. Well, I didn't really skip past it, but yeah, I went straight to the boss. But there's this one section I was wondering, did you beat? It's like the guy with it's like a samurai with a sword and a samurai with a spear.
Okay.
Did you beat them fair and square? Because I totally did not beat them fair and square.
Is this like behind the castle on a bridge?
Kind of like where you start in the beginning of the game before going to the boss. Like if you initiate the battle, like the fogs start coming up. So
yes. You kind of go down the stairs, and they're right there between the stairs and that door. I did not, dude. I think I kept on jumping on the branches, and then when they aggroed off me, I jumped back and then killed the sword guy first, and then just fought the spear dude. Yeah, no, that fight is ass, man.
Dude, yeah, I was like, there is no way. Like, I could understand if I was like in an open field, but
yeah,
everything around me was on fire. There was a lot of no leg room, and I was like, I don't know how people do this. So I ended up like going on the branch, and then one tried to follow me, but he glitched and he fell off and died. I was like, oh, this is easy. Yeah. But still, like, you know, way before that, I spent like a good hour just trying to figure out how to beat these guys, because I was like, there's no fucking way that you can fight these guys normally, because the spear guy would like penetrate your defense, and the sword guy would just, you know, kill you.
Yeah, because I think I got to a point where I could kind of run and then use the firecrackers and keep the spear dude in a corner. And then I would run real quick to the other side of the stage, and then the sword guy would run after me. So I'd be able to kill him. But then just like this, I would have no potions or anything at that point, or no shinobi tools, and I would just die to the spear dude. So I was like, all right, dude, let me just fuck this up real quick. Oh, you know what? Another thing I did was too. There's a guy there with a rifle, and I would use the puppet master thing on him.
Oh,
yeah, that's another thing I would do too.
Yeah.
They would murder him so quick though. I think you could try to, tank the guys away from the guy with the rifle, but they would kill him in 2 hits. But oh man, dude, I forgot about that part. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
The bosses that were the biggest pain in the ass for me were probably the ninjas with the purple or pink shirts. Those guys were the ones where it's like, oh my god, how many different attacks do you have, dude?
Yeah.
Like they have their sword attacks, and then all of a sudden they can do a bunch of karate kicks, and then they have a poison finger, and it's just all over the place with those guys, man.
Yeah, they're a super pain in the ass, and I think like I had trouble with the one when there's 2 of them, or like one was purple and the other one was like a normal ninja.
Yeah,
but just having that extra guy was like always throwing up my game, and I was like, man. So
one of my favorite bosses, I think, it's an easy boss, but it's just so satisfying, is that same room where you fight the 2 ninjas, but in the beginning of the game there's just that one samurai that's in there.
Oh yeah, that does the 2 slashes,
the quick slashes. Once you figure out his attack pattern and you parry those, it's so satisfying, man.
Dude, yep.
When you parry those, it takes off a lot of his poise. So I think that I killed him in a minute one time because he just kept on doing that. I just need to double tap the parry button,
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Damn, dude. Yeah, I might have to play that game again to get the last ending. I think there's 3 different endings you can get.
Yeah.
So I gotta get the last ending, and then for sure, what you're going for right now, jump back and try to fight the owl one more time in Harada Estate.
God. I was like watching a video of people doing different tactics on fighting him, and a lot of it had to do with hit and run. And then one guy like found out that if you just run straight head on, like you can dodge most of his attacks. And I was like,
oh, really?
Damn. But I'm just mentally preparing right now to fight him, because I think I have to fight him later down the line before I fight the Demon of the Beast or whatever it is. And I'm ready. I'm ready.
You don't sound ready, dude.
Yeah, because I was fighting, I had confidence. I was killing everything really fast. But like, I did encounter one ninja. I went back to that well where you start the game, and the ninja was there. And I was like, okay, I remember killing you so fast, so easily. My first playthrough. So I jump in. I died 6 times, and then that broke my confidence. And I was like, okay, this is bullcrap, because he does that kick, and then I was like, okay, when he jumps in the air, you can throw a ninja star, but I don't have the reaction time to do that. So he jumps in the air, and he's gonna do that slam kick, and I look up, and I'm like, okay, dodge left. So I dodge left, and I don't know, his leg has tracking features. And apparently, it always like one-shots me, and I was like, man. So I ended up just blocking everything and then killing him by throwing ninja stars.
Damn, that's wild, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely need to jump back in that game, but there's still so much I gotta do, man. This whole week I've been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield. I beat the gym challenge, and I like the twist in the game, man. The whole time in the game, I was looking for a sense of purpose or something to happen. You know what I mean? I was waiting for the Mewtwo crisis of this game, and it finally happened. And I like how they did it, I think, dude. I don't know if can really spoil it. But I think the part I like the most about it is how you are not involved until the very end. I think that's the best part. Where it's not this thing that's kind of pestering you throughout the game. You just get these little bits and pieces of information about it, And then when it all pops off is when you have to take care of it. And you're like, oh, this is what was going on the entire game. This is why the entire game was boring and I was just fighting Pokemon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think I like how they did that. So yeah, finished Pokemon. I just have to catch the legendary Pokemon in the game. Now I'm running into your dilemma, dude, where they gave me a Master Ball and I don't know when to use it or what to use it on, dude, because I know how tricky it is to catch Pokemon in this game, dude. Like, giving me the Master Ball is so much power, so much responsibility, dude.
I would say Lapras, because I spent 4 hours and didn't catch that thing. So
The Gigantamax?
yeah, and it was like people were going crazy, and as soon as like someone starts up a raid, it would always insta fill. It's like in a quickness, no matter what time.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people that are going after it. It's just, I didn't think too much, and I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll just kill it and try to capture it. But then now I think about it every day. And then so I wasted the Master Ball on a Snorlax. So now you can see we got Snorlax pretty easily.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, this is booty.
Damn, dude. So the best strategy I've heard, and the strategy that I've been using, is to use a repeater ball. Do you have a regular Lapras?
I do, and then I should have done that.
Yeah.
I didn't really think too much. I was like, okay, all of the Ultra Balls, is pretty the best ones, but I just realized that since you told me that, all the other balls are actually pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, maybe these guys have a higher, catch rate, and they do.
Yeah.
I was like,
Because basically the repeater ball is if you've caught this Pokemon before, then you have a higher chance of catching this other Pokemon. That's why every other Snorlax I've caught now is super easy peasy, because I've just been using the repeater ball. It just took a while to catch that first one, man.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, I know I've run into a Lapras before, but it was at a point where, I didn't have a high enough badge to catch him, which I still think is bullshit, by the way. If you could beat it, you should be able to catch it. Just it won't listen to you in battle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So I'm gonna wrap Pokemon up. Man, I'm finishing video games. Look at me, dude. I'm gonna wrap Pokemon up probably early this week, and then get down on Fallen Order finally, man.
Excellent. Well, let me know if you're down to raid, because
yes,
do some of those raids.
Yes,
and I still need a lot of these Pokemon.
No, always down to raid, man. Especially since I've been seeing the proper Gigantamax forms, because every gym leader has their own Gigantamax Pokemon.
Yeah,
I want to get that Duraludon, dude, the one that Raihan had. That he looks like a fucking skyscraper, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
That one, yeah,
that Silver Dragon, yeah, I want to get that.
Yeah, I saw him I encountered him only one time, but I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down to do that too.
I need to catch that guy.
But yeah, Master Ball on that guy.
No, dude, Lapras. I'll save it for Lapras, man. I'll have to find out if you could just catch Duraludon normally somewhere, so that I could just use a repeater ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe only in the repeater ball. Every other Pokeball is trash. I try to use the quick ball. My first move doesn't work. I try to use the timer ball after fighting a. Oh man, that was my pain this morning. I was trying to catch the Galar version of Weezing, and I just couldn't catch him, right? And because I guess my Pokemon are too overpowered, I have to just whittle his life down. I'm too scared to hit him with a big attack. It might just kill him in one hit. So I would fight him for maybe 4 or 5 turns, right? And have his health at a perfect spot. And I'm like, yes, dude, let me use this timer ball, the ball that's more effective the more turns happens, right? It would always shake 3 times. He would break out, and then he would do self-destruct. I was pissed.
Oh wow!
I was pissed the entire time, dude.
Yeah, I don't have patience, so I just keep throwing the I know like my Pokemon are gonna one-shot him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me just waste all my Pokeballs. So I do that. I usually have a high, good rate. I catch a majority of them. But there are times when they do self-destruct, and I don't know what to do, like other than just try to put them to sleep or something.
Yeah. Oh shit, man. Yeah. On to the next one. Hopefully I can kind of clear out, especially since I just bought Disco Elysium too. That's probably what I'm gonna play after Fallen Order. But yeah, man, hopefully I can clear this all out for Final Fantasy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that might be it for us this week, dude. Oh, been playing Pokemon Go. There was that event this whole weekend. I might have to talk to you off podcast about what I've been doing, dude. I could hook you up, man.
Ooh, yes.
But yeah, that's it for us this week. I guess we could start thinking about our game of the year. Is next week going to be the last week of this year, dude? Oh no, we have one more. No.
Oh no, we have 2 weeks. I was like, what? Yeah. Hell yeah, vacation.
I already know that Christmas is after next weekend already. So it's like it's happening fast, man. 2020 is coming, bro.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary. But yeah, that is it for us this week. We'll see you guys next week. Rick, some words of wisdom or question? Yeah, what's up?
So, I've been watching a lot of My Hero Academy.
Okay.
If you could have a superhero power, what would it be?
Flying. We've talked about this before, dude. I would just want to fly.
Well, that's part of it. What would be like your fighting? Like, if you can fight, like to take down enemies, would just fly? You know, you pick them up and drop them? Or something?
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah. I would fly at like superhuman speeds, though. It's not just like, I think we talked about that one time, like you fly 2 miles an hour or something, dude. I would fly super fast. So I'd be able to like dodge and then go behind them and pick them up and then just drop them, you know?
What about like the temperature? Like if it's like gets too cold because you're flying too fast.
Yeah, that's what suits are for, man. I'll just wear a spacesuit. Why, what would yours be?
I don't know. I was thinking gravity. You know, just play with gravity.
Control gravity? Okay.
Yeah, you can make it like 500 times like Goku. See if they get smashed or crushed. Or you can create black holes with gravity.
Interesting. Oh, you're just trying to counter my flying, dude. And just put the,
I just put the gravity pull you down.
Shit. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Peace.